as the ayahuasca movement, I guess, sort of blossoms in the West, it might still be underground, but there is a real sense of community because we're sharing the experiences we've had, but we're also learning. And so many people that I first drank with in 2006, I still know, I'm in contact with, and I meet as I travel around the world. And there's something like, they say, the shorthand, something like 10% of all the travellers down to Iquitos were going for ayahuasca, although that's probably increased quite a lot now since 2006, originally. But out of that 10%, there was like another 10% who stayed on the medicine path. And, they would not just be drinking medicine for their own healing, but they would have this resonance with it that they wanted to work with the medicine and coming back into their communities all around the world who were also in need of healing. I mean, there's no real point in trying to go over to some other country and be a healer there in a foreign environment. It's like a friend of mine says, wherever you are in the world, you're directly above the center of the earth. And it's like everyone is a nodal point for their own community for healing if they're drawn to that medicine path. And I see, these ayahuasca communities all around the world growing, and they're very beautiful because they're a container for spirit and for this real old-style tribal village sort of connection of something that's on the inside, something that really connects. It isn't that we all barrack for the same football team or live in the same suburb or have exterior things which distinguish us as a community. There's this connection of the soul. And so that connection of the soul and this global community is really blossoming all across the world. I liken it to the slow food movement, that it's almost invisible, It's not pushing up against the establishment in a way which causes an equal and opposite reaction to crack down, although, there is some element of that. But it's across all demographics, gender, socioeconomic things. It's people. I've drunk with, 70, 80-year-old people. I've drunk with teenagers, been in ceremonies with young kids in Peru, and just as people you would never expect who are doing it. And it's almost like this, as I say in the film, the seekers. It's like this mystery cult. It's all of you. It's all of us who have been touched by the vine and by the deeper spirituality that it opens within ourselves. And this community is blossoming, and I have great faith that it's going to do something just by its very presence, by being shifted vibrationally, being open to these spaces and this remembrance which is happening within us to really shift the paradigm, because the world we're living in, or the paradigm we're living in, is failing us, and it's on the way out. The world age is ending. All the old cultures are saying, we have these understanding of cyclic time, and we're seeing, the ecological devastation, the financial collapse, the political collapse, the lack of will in the hierarchical power structures which have dominated in his story for so long, in history, right? And so this blossoming of community all around the world, of spiritual community, whether that's from entheogens or just from other modalities or from living in the heart, is really the future. And it's full circle from whence we came, So community is really, for me, psychedelic, entheogenic, whatever. It's really where it's at, because that transcends politics.